About an hour and a half ago, as the HTV-6 arrived at what is known as the radial vector, or R-bar, about 1,000 meters below the International Space Station. That's the imaginary line drawn between the station and the Earth. This spectacular view of a series of thruster firings on the HTV-6 as it began to inch its way up the radial vector towards the International Space Station was seen by external cameras on the International Outpost. Thomas Pesquet in the cupola described the view of the HTV as like a golden treasure box, echoing the words uttered by Japanese astronaut Kamiya Yui that he was struck by during the arrival of the last HTV on August 24th, 2015. The HTV so far executing a textbook rendezvous for an expected capture by NASA astronaut Shane Kimbrough, the Expedition 50 commander, and Thomas Pesquet of the European Space Agency, who are in the cupola of the International Space Station at the robotics workstation, ready to use the Canadarm2 robotic arm to reach out and grapple a grapple fixture on the HTV-6 as it moves to within striking distance of its grapple by Kimbrough and Pesquet. The original grapple time was scheduled about an hour and a half from now at 5 a.m. Central Time, 6 a.m. Eastern Time. However, the HTV-6, with all of its rendezvous maneuvers having gone by the book so far, departed the 250-meter hold point about 24 minutes ahead of schedule, with everything proceeding actually ahead of schedule, not only on track but ahead of schedule. And so it is possible that the grapple time could be advanced. The only constraint is for the earliest go for capture time, which would be 4:28 a.m. Central Time, 5:28 a.m. Eastern Time, and that is based on lighting. That would be the earliest go for capture that would occur just after sunrise.
Houston Station, in step 3.2, the crew is ready for the HTV approach to the capture point.
Houston copies.
In the cupola of the International Space Station, European Space Agency flight engineer Thomas Pesquet indicating that he and Shane Kimbrough have completed their review of procedures for the robotic capture of the HTV. This is Mission Control Houston, the HTV-6 continuing a very methodical approach toward the capture point, now just about 17 meters away, about to reach the capture point. This view now from the end effector camera on the Canadarm2 robotic arm, looking dead straight on at the grapple fixture on the body of HTV-6. And HTV-6 now holding at its capture point. There will be two sets of calls later on this morning during that installation procedure. First, the first stage capture, followed by second stage capture. That will mark the official installation point for the HTV, hard mated then to the nadir port of the Harmony module of the International Space Station. And capture is confirmed. Capture confirmed at 4:37 a.m. Central Time, 5:37 a.m. Eastern Time, as the International Space Station and HTV-6 flew 250 miles over southern Chile.